What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 3 of Nerd Talk. I'm Ortec the Batman.
Episode 3 already?
It's episode 3, dude.
Wow.
Yes. I'm Ortec the Batman. We've got Boss Tech. We've got Darth Taylor, otherwise known as New Tech. I like to call him Darth Taylor. I think it's way better. Today, we're going to talk about Batman versus Superman. Or Batman v Superman. I really don't agree with that, so I'm just gonna say versus. So
I don't like V.
out there. Yeah, me
I
neither.
hate that. That's lazy.
Yeah. Well, I just don't get why they did it.
Because the kids nowadays are stupid. I'm just kidding.
He means us.
No,
you know that, right?
honestly, I'd have to agree with you on my generation.
I'm the old guy of the group.
I got your back, generation, whatever generation I am. What am I, generation Y or X? I'm an X, right?
Yeah, you're an X.
Yeah, 1980, I think that's Generation X?
Yep.
Sweet, because that's the coolest name out of all of them.
Yeah, you don't want to be Y, trust me.
Well, yeah, no.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, millennials suck.
Yeah, they really do.
I don't know, man. I get to meet a lot of millennials.
I am a millennial.
Are you a millennial?
Yes.
Millennials suck.
They do.
Millennials suck.
They do.
They suck badly. And they smell like wet carpet, especially James.
And our basis of that is because they didn't put the S in verses.
Yes.
Pretty much.
But anyway, the trailer looks really cool. I think we all can agree that at first glance, it looks great. Yep. There are some weird issues that I have with it. I think that they went for the S, to make you think that they're drawing from the comic heavily. Yeah. But I mean, we already know some things that are coming in this new movie. So I know that the inspiration was mainly The Dark Knight Returns, the comic Frank Miller did in the 80s. Yeah. I know that they're going to tweak the story. I've already accepted that fact. It's not going to be Dark Knight Returns. It's a whole new story, which is great because DC, all the comic companies are really good when they go into the cinematic universe. They're really good with just changing the story enough to get it all in 2 hours and keep us interested and not angry that they totally retconned everything. And that was a big thing when the Keaton Batman movie came out, when they did Joker's origin, which had just been redone in The Killing Joke. They kind of alluded that Joker was a comedian and he was failing as a human being, basically. And then he got with this gang and they made him the Red Hood, and then he fell in the vat, became the Joker. Well, in the movie, he was and I'm talking about 1989, Tim Burton's Batman. He was a gangster who ran into Batman and Ace Chemicals and fell into a vat and became the Joker that way. So back then, comic book purists had a problem with it.
A lot of us had a problem with it. We hated it.
Yeah, but nowadays, I think we're more receptive and open to the idea that things are just going to get retconned.
Well, here's what we need to, and I said this yesterday, actually. We need to understand that the movies are their own universe.
Exactly, yes.
It's their own take with just a cinematic take to it. So it's not supposed to be the comic books.
Right.
They're just taking characters from the comic books and making their own story.
And they're drawing heavily, they're inspired by the comic books, obviously.
Well, I mean, let's just you want to find a movie, and I know this is a bunny trail, but if you want to find
it's actually a Mad Hatter reference.
Mad Hatter reference.
So Mad Hatter is a villain in Batman, so you're on topic.
Okay. Take The Lightning Thief.
Okay, yeah.
That movie was a great movie.
Right. But
everybody that I talked to that read the book said so disappointed. Absolutely it was so far from wrong.
Yeah,
So it's like you said. It's like you said. The movie. These guys making the movies.
We need to accept.
They're pulling what they want to pull out, what they want to make it with, and that's just the way it is. Yeah. You better just either like it or don't like it.
I actually agree with you on that. Like, I have a big problem with people that are always like, whenever they watch a movie. It started with Jaws for me. Like, I watched the movie Jaws, and I'm like, oh man, Jaws was great. It's probably my favorite movie of all time. And then people are like, oh, the book was better. And it's like, of course the book's better. They have more.
Duh.
Yes, they have more room to
Books
tell
can always
this.
be better.
Well,
Your imagination is endless while,
Yeah,
it's
a
infinite,
movie's
right.
out there.
right.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the whole point is, and then they have to condense all of this information into an 1.5 to 2 hour
It's
movie.
all about the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
I don't want to sit there and watch a 5-hour movie because
no,
I read a
no.
book
I
that was
would.
No, you would not.
He would, actually. This guy holds
Yeah.
shots for like 30 seconds. We're like, hey, we need quick cuts, and he gives us 5 minutes.
I'll sit here.
I'll sit here.
I'll sit here.
He'll sit there and pick his nose on camera. He doesn't care.
Oh boy.
So
boy.
I'll go to shots that don't make sense.
But Tate,
hey, I agree with you. This shot does not make. I'm not even sure what camera. I think it's this one. I got it right. Anyways, we're talking about Batman versus Superman, and we know that Dark Knight Returns is a heavy influence on this movie, mainly in the way Ben Affleck looks in suit. And by the way, the actors are Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Amy Adams, Michael Shannon, who's playing Zod again. So far, we've only seen him in a body bag. We'll get that in a second when we go to break. We're going to roll the trailer so you guys can see what we're talking about.
and Gal got it. As,
I think I said Gail got it. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And also Jason Momoa, which he's been confirmed as Aquaman. And I was in Toys R Us. I was going to buy it, but I didn't have time. We had to get here to do the show. I was going to bring the action figure of him. And he basically looks like Ronin from, what's the show that got the guy popular? I forget what it was called. Stargate.
Yeah,
It was
Stargate.
Stargate. And he looks just like Ronin. It's like a
You
carbon
don't
copy.
say.
Yes. No, I'm saying his hair, everything. He looks exactly like Ronin.
he's just doing it
You
just to
totally
mess with
just
you.
deflated my tire.
He's just trying to mess with you right
Where
now.
was I at?
You popped my balloon, man.
I mean, an actor looking like himself.
Well, I mean, in Conan, he looked slightly different. He looked slightly different as Khal Drogo in Game of Thrones, for sure.
No, I didn't
Yeah,
even
that's
recognize him in
true.
that.
By the way, if you guys see us looking in this direction, we're looking at James. He's on a big screen right there, but he's over in the Batcave because that's the only way we can tolerate being around him. Like I said, wet carpet. And you can see why.
The only
I
thing
think I see sawgrass growing out of your shirt.
that's just his beard.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and we know that he's in the movie. I don't know what his role is going to be, and also Ezra Miller, right?
Who?
Ezra, the guy that's playing Flash.
Oh yeah.
The Flash
yeah.
has been confirmed too.
Yeah.
We know he's so far, and
All I know is Wonder Woman's in it.
it's all John
Not
needs
for
to
me,
know.
man.
I mean, I personally love the cast other than Jesse Eisenberg. I think he's an amazing
Oh, I'm
actor.
so glad you brought that up.
But
I was
I
working
do
my way
not
there.
think he's a good Lex Luthor. I think he's going to be a terrible Lex Luthor.
Perfect Riddler.
Yeah.
He'd be
Oh, he would've
perfect
been
as the Riddler.
amazing as a Riddler.
Yeah.
Oh.
That would be flawless, man. But
The
he
best
said
Lex Luthor was from Smallville.
yes.
I think
Why
I
don't you
thought
Google
Kevin
that actor's
Spacey did a
name,
pretty
dude?
good job.
Kevin
again?
Spacey was okay.
I thought he did.
But Gene
pretty-
Hackman is Lex Luthor for me. I think John
Yeah.
will agree. Just like Chris Reeves, there'll never be a better Superman than Christopher Reeves. And that's just, I mean, when VCRs came out in like the, mid 80s or something, the first thing I rented was the Three Stooges cartoon and Superman 4 Quest for Peace.
Yep.
And that was it. And then right after that, I wanted to see more
So-
Superman, so I went and got the
All
original
this talk
Superman
about
movie.
the Batman versus Superman, and we've had no trailer.
Oh, well,
Well,
then
let's play the
why
trailer.
not show it?
Roll that clip, man.
That's him right there. There he is. Let's get a shot.
Who's that? You must be new. That is Bruce Wayne.
Mr. Wayne. Clark Kent, Daily Planet.
What's your position on the Bat Vigilante in Gotham? Civil liberties are being trampled on in your city. People living in fear. He thinks he's above the law.
The Daily Planet criticizing those who think they're above the law is a little hypocritical. What'd you say? Considering every time your hero saves a cat out of a tree, you read a puff piece editorial about an alien who could burn the whole place down.
Most of the world doesn't share your opinion, Mr. Wayne.
Maybe it's the Gotham City in me. We just have a bad history with freaks dressed like clowns.
Boys, Bruce Wayne meets Clark Kent. Ah, I love it. I love bringing people together. How are we?
Lex?
Hi, hello, Lex. It is a pleasure. Ow, wow, that is a good grip. You should not pick a fight with this person. You know the oldest lie in America, Senator? That power can be innocent.
You're gonna go to war. That son of a bitch brought the war to us.
You know you can't win this. It's suicide.
The greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. Son of Krypton versus Bat of Gotham.
You're psychotic.
It is a 3-syllable word for any thought too big for little minds.
It's time you learned what it means to be a man. Stay down! If I wanted it, you'd be dead already.
If man won't kill God, the devil will do it.
What have you done? She with you?
I thought she was with you.
And we're back.
I'm totally sold on Ben
did.
Affleck playing Batman.
Boy, I had a hard time with it in the beginning.
But after
when I heard
seeing
it,
the
I'm
trailer,
like, oh, no way.
yeah,
I'm not an Affleck fan. I mean, I'm just not a fan.
right.
And
Yeah.
but I'm
The
telling you
only
what,
thing Affleck was good is in Dogma.
You know what's funny?
I'm
glad you mentioned that.
No, I am. That was a good movie.
Yeah, but I mean, nobody ever mentions that Brody from Mallrats stink-fingered Batman.
It
just never comes up.
That is true. I love Mallrats.
Brody's like my favorite character.
Josh, you have 3 minutes till break.
Oh, you
He's
gotta
telling
be
you what to do again.
This guy just can't let me play in my sandbox. I'm telling you, James is with the orders.
All
peoples.
right, Dad.
Yeah, don't call him Dad.
So
We don't want to give him that responsibility because then he'll roll with it.
So the best thing there, Wonder Woman.
Yes,
Well, definitely.
Wonder Woman is. Yeah, and it's not because he actually likes the character. I mean, she's hot, but he's actually a really big, Linda
Big
Carter
Wonder Woman,
especially.
The only true Wonder Woman will ever be is Linda Carter.
Yeah, I'd
There
have
can
to
never
agree.
ever.
That was
if it was my personal opinion,
Right.
they said this should be Linda Carter's little sister that's taking over.
right. Yeah,
That's just saying.
man. Can you imagine if Linda Carter was younger now and this movie's
Dude,
coming out?
right now she's smoking hot.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but
She never lost her hotness ever.
she must be really, from
hope
Syria. So, but anyways, in the trailer, we see a lot of stuff. We see Zod in the body bag. We get a quick shot of Gal Gadot saving Batman's butt. We get Doomsday.
Which is still kind of. I mean,
He's an early form of Doomsday, and that's
Yeah.
why he doesn't look with the huge spikes and everything.
Yeah, and
He's not quite Death of Superman Doomsday yet. That's my assumption. That's my guess.
Right.
But man, I'm really sold on the movie. Like I can't wait to see it. I love that they use a lot of the imagery from Dark Knight Returns as well as trying to tell a new story.
Right.
But did you guys see Aquaman or Flash, which are confirmed anywhere in that trailer?
Nope.
I think it's going to be, they're going to do the exact same thing that what they're going to do with Spider-Man with the Marvel movies. They're just going to put them in kind of
Just work them in?
Randomly.
Yeah, randomly.
But why
They're-
wouldn't they show them in the trailer?
Well, let's say
Because you never show those kind of parts in the trailer.
I'm worried that we're going to watch this entire film, and then at the end of it, they're going to pop up right as the villain that's setting up the Justice League movie makes an appearance.
Right.
I would love to see.
The very, very end.
Yep.
After the credits.
Yeah, man. Like when the big baddie, they finish off Doomsday and Zod. We'll get to Zod in a second. But when they finish him off, all of a sudden the new baddie comes in, Darkseid. I'm assuming Darkseid's going to be the main bad guy, and then that's when these two other guys are going to pop up, Aquaman.
I think I'd love to see the fact, like, let's say Doomsday comes out because it's supposed to be Batman versus Superman,
Right, yeah.
which we've already seen that's not the case.
No. Well, they do have it out, and I think that's.
But I think
there's
they're
a
gonna-
fan theory that Batman when Batman clashes with Superman, and I kind of agree with the fan theory. They clash. That's how Lex Luthor, the Riddler, gets the blood sample to clone Superman to create Doomsday.
Or it's either he used Zod. It looks like he used Zod as the main experiment.
Somebody
for
has
Doomsday.
Zod's body. I mean, and
Hey,
that's
Josh.
I agree. Yes.
1 minute.
For what?
Till break.
Break.
We don't go to breaks.
God, you just take the wind out from underneath my wings.
So you're saying he's not the wind
No.
beneath your wings?
He's the exact opposite. He's the hurricane the little birdie flew into. So what was I talking about? You totally stumped me.
Well, so let's somehow set this up for the next thing. This movie also plays off of the fact that Suicide Squad
yes. Suicide
also
Squad
has
is
a
coming.
part in this movie because we saw the suit from
Well,
Robin.
well, yeah, we're assuming Jason Todd.
That's-
So
because
Dick
he's dead.
Grayson's still, and Batman's also older in age. He's estimated to be in his 40s. I don't know if that's confirmed, but I'm guessing because Affleck is definitely an older Batman for
Yeah.
sure. So we know Jason Todd's character existed, unless they retcon it and make it Dick Grayson, or Carrie. I forget her last name, but the Robin from Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
So let's just watch the Suicide Squad trailer, and we'll
Right
talk
now?
more about this now. Roll that clip, James.
It's taking some work, but I finally have them. The worst of the worst.
Where?
Let's just say I put them in a hole, threw away the hole.
There's rumors, Amanda, that some of them have abilities.
Oh, yeah. I have seen things. Maybe Superman was some kind of beacon for them to creep back from the shadows. I want to assemble a task force of the most dangerous people on the planet who I think can do some good.
They're bad guys.
Exactly. And if anything goes wrong, we blame them. We have built-in deniability.
What makes you think you can control them?
Because getting people to act against their own self-interest is what I do for a living.
Are you the devil?
All you need to know is you work for me.
So that's it, huh? We're the patsies. We're some kind of suicide squad. Let's go save the world.
You're in so much trouble. Hope you got insurance.
Know what they say about the crazy ones?
Huh? If I'd only see
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you.
that the joke was on me.
I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
I like
We're
it.
back, and that
I like
trailer is awesome. I think
like it,
that's
yeah.
just as good as Batman v Superman.
Yeah, I tell you,
I
you know,
can't wait.
I go back to not digging when they first announced
Yeah.
that Ben Affleck was going to be Batman. I'm like, oh god.
Right.
But his
Same with
statue-
Jared Leto,
His
yeah.
statue, dude, he carries it.
Dude, he
He
worked
looks like
bigger
he
than
looks
Superman,
like
yeah.
our Batman that we all love and know
Yeah.
in the comics.
Yeah.
Not
really
Christian
does.
Bale. I mean, for one,
I like Christian Bale, but
I
he was so
didn't.
tiny.
I didn't.
Throat
It
cancer
didn't feel like
Batman.
Batman to me, man.
He was throat cancer Batman.
Yeah. And all that movie is good for is the Bat Dad jokes. Jen, make sure you use laundry detergent. That's, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, he's good for some giggles. But anyway, let's just wipe that. I have a huge problem. For one, let me get this out of my brain.
Are we going to get all upset like yesterday and the day before?
Batman is the world's greatest detective, and he uses Lucius Fox as another, basically, like to help him out with gadgets. But Batman designs all the gadgets.
Yeah.
And in those films, it made it feel like Lucius was the brains of the entire operation, and he laid out all of Batman's battle plans, and Batman was just like, oh, okay, I'll do that. There was like,
I never felt
it didn't.
that way.
I did, man.
You're talking about Fox, right?
Yeah. And
I think Fox. I think he used he needed a confidant inside of his own company to be able to build what he needed.
Anyway, let's do an episode on that.
Cool. We can do that.
Because I want to get back to Batman versus Superman. You brought up something very interesting
about
during the break. You don't remember Zod?
About Zod?
Yes.
What did I say?
Anyways, Zod. A lot of people think that Zod is the catalyst to Doomsday. Like he is transformed somehow into Doomsday. I heard something today, or actually I read something today on Comic Book Resources that Bizarro is rumored to be another bad guy in this movie.
Really?
Bizarro. And,
hey, James, are you able to get this laptop?
And Michael Shannon.
1 second, let me check.
Michael Shannon tweeted that he was in flippers at some point. You know?
Really?
Really. And this is a long time ago. This is old news. And no one could figure out what it was, so they thought that it was part of the transformation for Doomsday. Well, now that we know, or it's rumored that Bizarro's in there, and I had never thought of it, what if Zod becomes Bizarro? In the comics, he was a clone, or he's from Bizarro world, so there's different origins. But I think that Zod is Bizarro, and Doomsday is something entirely different.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, we don't know if Lex Luthor, that's the point that you made, is that you thought Luthor gets a hold of his body. And I think you talked about it before the break, too.
I think he does get a hold of his body. I think Lex Luthor is the reason why Doomsday is created. I think he's the one who's...
He creates Doomsday.
Yeah.
Well, then we could attribute... we know that after watching the Suicide Squad trailer, we know that Star Labs is a factor. Right. So we know Amanda Waller, because you see Amanda Waller in the trailer. So what if Star Labs has something to do with Zod becoming Bizarro? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I will say,
like they're looking for a contingency plan against Superman, which is obviously why Batman has a beef with him, because when that dude fights, he causes mass destruction. It looked like a Dragon Ball Z fight.
Well,
I mean, they're punching each other through buildings. You know what I mean? So, and we see Wayne Enterprises crumble and fall down. So that's where Batman's beef is. He just doesn't trust an alien with that much power. So we know his motivation. We know they clash. We know they come together at some point. We're trying to figure out basically who the other bad guys are, which we knew Doomsday. You see him in there, and I think they're throwing you off the trail. And then they're going to try and surprise us with Zod becoming Bizarro. You know, and I think Star Labs or your theory with Lex Luthor is the reason why that happens. Right. And in Quest for Peace, why do I keep mentioning the worst Superman movie?
I don't know.
Does anyone notice that? God. It's like the worst movie. Anyways, Sunman, you know, the goofy Goldilocks guy that he fights on the moon and all that, and the worst fight in cinematic history ever.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor creates bad guys. I mean, in the movieverse.
And I'm on geek.com right now, and
shout out.
Yes. They apparently have a source close to the production that says not only will Doomsday be a villain, it'll be Bizarro. Bizarro is in it.
That's a done deal.
So
that's what I thought I read.
We don't know whether they make Zod into Bizarro or whether they just make a clone.
Or Doomsday, you know, somehow Doomsday, before he becomes what we think is Doomsday, they could just be saying that. What if that is Bizarro?
Or that could. I mean, what my thought is that he's making Doomsday, that he has the plans to do something with Zod, which I think that's why Zod's Doomsday.
Right.
What I think is going to happen is during the fight, the reason why he wants the fight to happen is he wants Superman to bleed so he can get his DNA.
and that's why he's setting up Batman and Superman, which they made that obvious when they first meet in the trailer, where Batman gets slick with him, and and he's like, I have a problem with clowns.
Switch internets to that. So he can see if he can grab you in there, so you can show.
Oh, for the desktop capture, yeah. So everyone on screen can see it.
That's some really good information.
Yes, and we do like plugging our news sources. I like comic book resources for my stuff.
They're awesome.
But also, so now we're talking about basically who are the villains in Batman v Superman. Well,
in the beginning we thought
Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
All we see is the Joker.
Right.
I don't think Joker is their target. I don't think Waller sends the Suicide Squad out to get the Joker, because in the beginning you see Batman on top of Joker's awesome Lamborghini, by the way. That thing was rad.
Hey, Josh.
Over the top, don't you think?
4 minutes.
Where's the Nerf gun?
Yeah, where is it?
Yeah, just tag him.
What Nerf gun?
Too much power we give this guy. Anyways, so and we see. I think that Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. So
he almost leaned into that.
Yeah, that was
we need to set a camera up for that.
We
stuff.
do.
So Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn.
That's my favorite.
I can't say that enough, man. I love hearing that come out of my own mouth.
She's just.
Yep.
That's gonna be my favorite
One thing
female
about
character in the DC
Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
I wish they had done like Marvel, and combined the TV universe with the cinematic universe.
I agree, man.
I'm really disappointed they didn't do that.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
The TV Flash is going to be better than this Ezra guy. I forget his last name.
Yeah.
Maybe, can you look that up for me?
Yeah, give me a second.
Can you see this computer now?
Yeah, I can't remember everything because I've lost too many brain cells over the course of my,
All right.
I got it.
life. Anyways.
What am I pulling up for?
Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn. And here's my theory of why they're showing so much of the Joker, which, by the way, we can get into the Joker's look. I dig it. I mean, Joker's had many different looks throughout the comics. At one point, he didn't even wear his own face. In the New 52, he scalps his own face off. So I can accept him getting tattoos and all of that.
You'll be proud of me?
I know the guy that tattooed him is dead. That's for sure.
You'll be proud of me. I bought that New 52.
Did you?
Zero, the big monster.
The omnibus, yes.
Right, and I'm like that far into it. I'm trying to catch up with you guys. Us old guys take longer.
And you're like, it's this big. I'm that far.
I have it marked.
He's like an ancient stonemason building a statue.
Yeah.
I gotta catch up. I could bring you all the new technology about this you want, but when it comes
I can't believe he lets me use the equipment here because I know nothing.
Margot
Say what, dude?
Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Yes. Anyways, what I'm saying is they're showing so much of the Joker and they're keeping the real villain secret. I think the Joker, basically, he's in the beginning of the film, and they're showing Batman. All right, the what are these? Those guys where he's about to torture somebody. All right, that's the very beginning of the movie. All right, Batman busts in, they run. They get in the car, Joker and Harley, I'm talking. Harley's the one he's torturing, I think.
Right.
And Batman busts in on him, and they're luring Batman into a trap somehow.
Right.
So.
What'd you do?
Do that again, whatever you did.
Give
I
me
just saw tons of Harley Quinn out of makeup, obviously. But anyways, so Batman busts in, he gets on top of the car, he stops the Joker, Joker gets put away, right? And Harley Quinn goes to jail, and that's how they introduce Harley Quinn's character. So I don't think Joker is the central villain in this movie.
Out of all the movies, Joker's never been able to be the main character that'll carry a movie.
Except for Keaton.
Even then,
Jack Nicholson.
But even then, he wasn't the. Yeah, you had Two-Face. You had.
Well, yeah. I mean, there were other villains. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I need a poster of that right there, or that. That's the man. She is amazing.
Yeah, she's pretty good looking. Definitely. Was I the only one when I first saw the trailer that I thought it was Anne Hathaway?
No, I did too. Which I thought was weird because didn't she play Catwoman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that can't be Anne Hathaway.
She did, didn't she?
At first glance,
Look
and I
this,
thought Catwoman.
This picture
got
right
one
here.
for John.
Oh,
yes!
God. She's. Man.
That's a real Amazonian woman right there.
Then. Now.
What's the difference?
She looks good.
She could be like
looks
Wonder
good.
Woman's mother or something.
Or she could be Wonder Woman's mother, which
I
man,
just
if there's
said
a
that.
god on this planet, she makes a cameo in the new movie. But we know that Wonder Woman is an Amazon, comes from the island of Themyscira.
Yep.
I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, be sure to call us out in the comments below. And anything you have a dispute with, let us know. We will definitely debate with you. This is what the show is about.
Now,
we want you to be involved.
I wonder, because I'm full disclosure type person.
Yes.
This show was recorded
Oh, yeah, it's
earlier
pre-recorded,
today.
yeah.
So it's at 6:30. Normally we like to do our shows live, but we will be on chat. So everybody
Yeah,
that has
for sure.
questions, answers, we'll answer through chat.
This airs at 6:30 weekdays, by the way. We tried to do 4 o'clock, but we're busy guys. We work production for a living, and it just didn't work out. So we changed the time to 6:30. But if any one of us will be anonymous, so you don't want to know.
He's gonna tell you what to do again.
Roll the break, man.
We need to go to break.
Go to break.
Welcome to Max Play Live presents Random Reports. I'm Ortec the Batman, and I'm not a fan. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Anyway, I'm here to interview Kayla Thomas, the host of the show The Arena, but there's more to Kayla than you may realize. Check it out. So we're down here at E&D Games, where Kayla, who's also the host of Max Play Live, presents The Arena.
Oh man, this is so cool. I hope everyone else thinks it's as cool as I do, and they do, and it's pretty cool.
Do you ever get jealous that you don't get to play as a PC on some of the stuff that you guys build?
Not as much as you would think, I guess. I like seeing other people play with it.
You're pretty passionate about all of this stuff. But speaking of the show, what's your favorite moment on the show? I mean, a lot of cool stuff has happened, but what's your favorite moment that stands out to you on the show so far?
Definitely our first player death. Rest in peace, Morthos, but I'm glad somebody died. Definitely glad that somebody died.
So is that the big kick out of the show that you get, is when people are close to death or dying? Because we've had a couple. I believe Logan's character almost, Daniel White. Yep, he almost was. He almost took a dirt nap. That guy, but he's luckily gotten out of it. I mean, do you guys design the game board just to kill players, or is there a bigger motivation to it?
We build things to better tell the story, because the kind of game that we're playing, it's all imagination based. Right. So you can sit there in front of a blank board and be like, okay, well, you've got this ogre breaking out of a cage, or just picture it in your head, or you can actually have a broken cage with an ogre miniature next to it. I think the main reason I like to do a good job and I like to do this is because it helps with the imagination process for maybe those who aren't so visual in their mind, to have like an actual board set out in front of them and be like, oh, okay, well, that's pretty cool.
In the game, how long have you been playing Dungeons and Dragons, and what got you into it?
Okay, funny story there. I guess I've always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, but I never really had friends per se who wanted to do it. So I never really had the time, but when I moved to Newport Richey and I discovered E&D, and they're like, oh, hey, we played D&D, and I'm like, what? Yes, I don't even have to have friends. I can just play with you guys. Yeah. And then they became friends. So I've been playing for about 10 months, I would say.
So you found the Nerd Hub is what happened.
I found Nerdvana.
Okay, random
reports.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Max Play Live presents Random Reports. I'm Ortec the Batman.
Fan.
This is Kayla Thomas. I'll try it again. I'm Ortec the Batman.
Fan.
All right, whatever. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
That was my interview with Kayla Thomas, the host of our show, The Arena. It's live D&D play. We have a lot of fun doing it. We all work on it. Taylor is usually running audio. If not, I share duties of audio with him. John's usually online. If not, I share duties with the online thing. James, who's directing our show today, also directs that. It's written, the story content, is written by Dave Growney and Kayla. Kayla and Dave and a few other people. James Hollingsworth also takes part in that, in the writing. Sorry, James. You're James. He's gonna be mad at me for that. But they do all the minis. They create the game board, which is called the Arena. That show airs 7 o'clock on Thursdays on WeBeamTV.com and also on our Twitch channel. And then we repurpose it for YouTube later on. And if you'd like to see the full interviews that we've been showing all week, check those out. They're called Random Reports on our Max Play page on YouTube. Yep. I forget, some of them have live, some of them don't. But and if you have trouble with that, hit us up on the message boards. We'll post a link for you, and we'll get that all taken care of. But back to Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. What do you guys think is her main function in this movie? Like, do you think she's the reason?
Not the way Hollywood's been going lately.
I can't disagree with that at all.
Not the way Hollywood's been going. She's probably going to be the main character.
She's going to be the main focus of that group.
Yeah, she's going to be more of a focus than Joker.
The last time you were on the show, you made an offhand Will Smith comment. Will Smith is Deadshot. So I'm waiting for you to bring that up. So I thought I'd beat you to the punch.
I can't believe they got him in there.
Me neither, especially with the budget they had for the movie. It couldn't have been Independence Day money.
They just asked him to get jiggy with it, and he signed on.
But you know what? He's not. But here's funny. He's not in Independence Day 2.
No, because he wanted too much money. Yep.
And he wanted his kids inside the movie too.
So I'm sitting there going,
he's big on his family.
How did they get Smith in here? Because
I'm glad they did, because from the looks of it, it looks like he's going to totally nail that character. I have zero issue with Will Smith playing Deadshot. Mm-hmm. And for one, it's a solid actor.
Yep.
It's an actor that lends legitimacy, because he's a blockbuster guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that couldn't be more helpful for an obscure, Suicide Squad. Who would have thought that they were going to make a Suicide Squad movie? All the opportunities and they could have done Teen Titans. That is a pretty popular cartoon on Cartoon Network.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, man. I would totally go see a Teen Titans movie.
Of course you would.
For Beast Boy alone, he's hilarious. And Raven.
Teen Titans versus Suicide Squad?
Olivia Munn as Raven.
Yeah.
I couldn't see her playing Raven.
Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I win.
James wins.
James.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have the biggest crush on Harley Quinn right now.
Yeah, Harley Quinn is. Can't even really explain how awesome she looks.
She's stalling our brains. We don't know what to do with ourselves anymore.
Yeah.
She's good. She's good.
That's because you're stuck on Linda Carter.
Yep,
it's understandable.
Sorry.
So, but anyways, who do you guys think is the actual?
Shit, of course he pulls her up again.
What are we doing?
I want to get tied up.
What?
All right.
No, TMI.
The lasso of truth.
There you go.
The lasso of truth.
That's right.
Yeah. I don't want to be sitting next to you when that lasso hits you.
God.
Who do you guys think the villain?
TMI.
Yeah.
The villain for Suicide Squad? I'm gonna say it's Trump.
Supreme Leader Trump? I would have to.
He's just going to be the bad guy in every movie.
Snoke's going to show up?
Supreme Leader Snoke is Donald Trump, by the way. We've come to that conclusion.
We don't need to go back to that.
And Kylo Ren really is Luke Skywalker. I don't care what the movie said. That's what it is. How did we end up on Star Wars again?
And Chewie and Jar Jar are the Sith Lords.
I was told to not talk about Star Wars.
Let's move on to...
Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord.
No, how about we move on to Warcraft?
Warcraft?
Dude,
yes.
No, we didn't determine who we think the villain is.
Because we don't know who the villain is, and they don't
got no theories, no ideas, nothing?
People come in here like they're going to use or something.
Yeah, no, people walk in like it's a place of business.
Like they own the place or something.
Anyway, people are interrupting our production here. All right, moving on to Warcraft. It's a movie I'm really excited about.
Do we have the trailer for this?
I hope we have the trailer.
The trailer for this is killer.
Run the trailer,
Actually, play
James.
that trailer real quick.
Hurry.
is coming. I can feel it. Dark forces are upon us. Find these beasts, or whatever they are.
Our world is dying. There is nothing to go back to. If our people are to survive, we must make a home here.
Whatever happens. Whatever happens. If we do not unite, our world will perish.
This doesn't need to happen. There is one who may help us.
For orcs, there is no other life but war. No, but with the humans' help, there could be.
Why are you here?
To save our people.
Can we trust him?
They're beasts. They should all be destroyed.
Are you sure about that? We'll protect the kingdom. You and I.
You'd side with the humans against your own kind.
This is suicide. We have no choice. We should attack with full force.
Whatever you plan to do it now!
June. It's gonna be good.
I cannot wait for that movie.
That's gonna be a good.
That's
movie.
how you do a video game adaptation right there.
Well, we hope. I mean, for the most part, video game movies.
They're taking it back to Warcraft, dude. The first game.
As Pixel.
No, nothing was bad as Super Mario Bros.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
That was the worst film of all time. I mean, they could have. Bob Hoskins is a great actor, but I would have rather seen Captain Lou as Mario, you know?
Yeah.
But anyways,
absolutely.
Back to Warcraft.
I think Travis
Dude,
Fimmel.
I'm blown away. Yeah, I don't know what to really.
Travis Fimmel.
I mean, I'm a little old school, so I'm not. I mean, I've tried to play World of Warcraft when I had time.
Yeah.
But I never got into it. But
I'll be honest.
It makes me going to go, oh, well,
maybe I should play that game.
Right. Well, yeah, exactly.
I can't play that game. I don't like it, and I still am excited for that movie.
I started playing at Warcraft 3. Like I had never heard of. I never played Dark Tide until after I played Warcraft 3, and obviously this movie is based on the very first Warcraft. It's the first conflict between the orcs and the humans, which the humans were led by King Lothar, and the orcs were led by Grumush, I believe. Which is Thrall's Den.
Of Warcraft, not World of Warcraft.
Right,
well, World of Warcraft and Warcraft are the same thing.
It's the same thing.
They're
It's
the
all
same universe.
Right.
No, they're the same.
Started first.
Yeah.
Warcraft has started it all. Yes.
Warcraft wasn't it a real-time strategy?
Yeah, but the difference
It was
between
like
the
an army
games is
builder.
the only difference. They have the same exact story.
Well, yeah, they're the exact same people
And
and
the
characters.
current
but one is real-time versus MMO.
Yeah.
It also lines up. I mean, we're getting ready for the new expansion, Legions, but the current end-game expansion is Warlords of Draenor. And if you don't know the story of which I'm guessing what this movie is actually telling the same story, and you haven't played the first Warcraft game, Warlords of Draenor pretty much explains everything. If you play it through Endgame and you don't just go out and run dungeons and level your character that way, but if you actually play the game and run all the quests, you will learn the story of Warcraft. So we know that it's about when the orcs left Draenor because of the Burning Legion, and they end up on Azeroth, and then they run into conflict with King Azeroth. Now there are green orcs; those are tainted orcs.
Yes.
And then the brown orcs are how orcs are originally, before they were tainted by demon blood.
So
the Legion.
There's actually a Sword of Azeroth in this thing?
Yes, there is.
I haven't seen it,
You
so
got
I
that
can't say.
reference, right?
Sword of Azeroth? No, I didn't get the reference.
Big Bang Theory.
Oh.
Remember when
I don't watch
Sheldon
that
got
show.
all his stuff stolen?
Yeah.
And then one time they were in a conflict. I have the Sword of Azeroth, or whatever it was.
What?
That's where I get my World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
I get my World of Warcraft knowledge.
James shouting orders again.
Through Big Bang Theory.
I don't watch Big Bang Theory.
It's good.
I live it.
Yeah.
Well, we seem to be having a break coming up in about a few seconds.
Yes.
We're going to show
We
you
have to
the
go to break.
Fantastic Beasts and How to Find Them trailer. Hopefully. Do we
This is
have
the
that,
one
James?
This is the one. This is the kind of the one I don't.
We just totally just wiped out Warcraft.
No,
which
we'll
is
still
way
talk
better.
about Warcraft, but we need to take a break.
All right, we're going to break.
We need
We'll
to?
be right
We have
back.
to? All right, fine.
Lumos Maxima. Lumos Maxima.
Yesterday, a wizard entered New York with a case. A case full of magical creatures. And unfortunately, some have escaped. It was open.
Just a smidge.
Mr. Scamander!
Right about now.
Now?
You know, that wasn't too bad of a trailer. I was expecting more Harry Potterish.
It's not Harry Potter, though. It's a
No,
book
but it's set in
inside of the book.
It's a book in a book.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
It is actually the textbook.
Yeah.
I actually have
Fantastic
no
Beasts and Where
idea
to Find
because
Them.
I'm not a Harry Potter fan.
And it's
How
set
can you
in
not be a Harry Potter
1940s in New York.
Oh, really? So
Yes.
it's a noir film.
Hey,
That's cool.
Should we tell everybody at home about our trip over to Universal and James and
I'll tell it.
Harry Potter World?
Oh, yeah. Well, all right. We went to Universal
I
Studios for
walked
Halloween Horror
around
Nights.
with stars in my eyes.
And I've never seen a human being, a grown man, turn into a 5-year-old faster. When we went to what
The only
was
thing that's going to trump this will be Star Wars Land.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah,
the
that-
Disney Star Wars
Yeah.
theme park they're building.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that's going to trump Diagon Alley.
All right. For those at home, we are in Newport Richey, Florida. It's about an hour and a half to 2 hours drive from Orlando, Florida, where they have Universal Studios and several Disney theme parks.
Yep.
So we're in like the best state ever, other than California, which is, you know.
Ugh.
No.
No.
Ours are
California.
better. Our parks are bigger than they are out there.
Right. Well, our parks originated. I think the Disney originated over in California, but ours was the more popular, the bigger, the better.
We have
And
more
Universal-
theme parks per capita
Yes.
than anywhere else.
Yeah, and there's several other theme parks there too. It's not just those two. But by the way, James, John, and myself went to Halloween Horror Nights. We won't even get into like how scared little girls
Mine
we
and
were.
Josh's first time ever.
First time ever going. We decided to take a detour because John wanted us to try butterbeer. I didn't even know what butterbeer was because whenever Harry Potter comes on, my TV goes off. I mean, I'm not into it. I understand that people like it. That's cool. I'm not into it. When I walked in, when I walked in and I turned around and looked at James, I'm pretty sure he had a nerd meltdown. He was like in love. Think of
I could have swore that we were in Toys R Us and some girl just saw pink ponies.
It was exactly like that.
That's
James
it?
saw pink ponies and got
That's it?
immediately excited. We went into
I
this
thought I
one
topped
little.
that.
For one, the place looked exactly like it would in the movie.
Oh, it does.
I mean, it
looked
was
just
very
like,
impressive.
Just like I thought it would in the books.
It was very, and then what blew me away is there was a giant dragon on top of a tower,
Breathing fire.
blowing fire out, and I
If
was
you
just
bought the
stuck looking at it.
magical, the wand, you
Yeah.
could actually interact with the dragon and get it to breathe fire.
Yeah.
Why didn't you buy the wand, James?
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's how you get it to breathe
big
fire.
one?
Yeah, there's wands you can buy. Only reason why I know this is because I worked there.
Well, I know there's places around there you go in and you do your thing and it does its thing.
You can do it to the
dragon's
But I
wall.
didn't know the dragon was the dragon
can-
was timed. That's what I
No,
was told.
you can walk up and do a little
That's
wave,
what,
and the
because
dragon
we
will
sat
breathe
there
fire.
waiting on it. Why didn't you tell us that when we were there, buddy?
I didn't know.
I'd
We
have
sat
bought
there
you a
staring.
wand.
You know what, James?
We all sat there and stared at it.
Knowing James, he sat there and was chuckling like idiots. They're waiting on this dragon to spit fire.
Or the
and it's
guy
not
who
gonna
made
my
it
first
spit
time ever
fire
being
probably
there.
was
How
like,
would I
these guys
know?
are waiting for the fire to go.
Yeah, they're over there chuckling. Anyways.
No one could have helped us out that had a wand or anything.
Right. The butterbeer was great. The experience was great, and it was awesome. But James, we got into the wand shop. Do you want to tell him about your experience in the wand shop? I felt like I was there with a 5-year-old in Walmart looking for one particular Matchbox car. He was all over the place.
Oh, I love this one. This is my favorite. I really like this one.
And then
you know
he
what?
had
I
to
can
tell you
get
the
this. This will be
backstory
better.
on all of them too. Like
he
it was
knows.
total nerd moment,
Which is cool. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
we are. That's why we're nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So James, why don't you tell us about this trailer we just watched?
Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is
It's a textbook.
It's a textbook inside of Harry Potter that they use to teach the students about the beasts, the magical beasts in their area.
So what was the chest though that the beasts are stuck inside of? That
I don't know yet.
So is this like something that had actually happened in the world of Harry Potter, and the book is like kind of like the Bible? You know what I mean?
No, it's not like the Bible. It's just more of an expedition that
I
he
don't
did
mean
a Jordan
like
roll.
the Bible. I mean a series of events that happened that they use to kind of
This
set
is
the moral.
this is a whole new story.
Yeah, this is literally just a brand new story inside of the Harry
So
Potter
basically,
universe.
like Lord of the Rings and the Silmarillion.
Kind of. A little bit.
Where is this? What I'm getting at is you have Harry. What year is Harry Potter set in?
1990s.
2000.
It's in the 2000s.
1990s.
Late 90s,
And
early
this other
2000s.
film is set in the 40s, right?
Yeah.
So is this like a series of events that they use those experiences that those wizards had to teach?
We'll find out in November.
So
Yes.
so there's
No one knows.
There's
No.
It's a
there's nothing.
Yes, actually, it's a textbook that they like. Let's just say you go to school.
So
right?
if I were to,
You're at Hogwarts.
You're at Hogwarts, and they're
And
giving
you're
you
in a
your
class,
textbooks.
And like,
It's a
okay,
textbook.
These are
okay.
this is textbooks you have to be able to pass this class.
Yes.
So it's unknown right now.
Really,
I mean, you've read the books, James. It's unknown that these are actual events that happened in that world.
It is
Completely
actual
unknown.
events that happen.
That's what
it
I'm
is,
asking.
But it's not something that's spelled out.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, it's just what this is basically the textbook. Like, let's say, the best example would be like something like a history book. It's almost a history book of how it explains all the different types of creatures that he found and how to deal with them, and how to properly like let's say they get out or they're running amok in the real world. It's how to deal with them and get them back to the magical world.
Oh, I see. Is this film based on a book? I mean, is there a book that
No.
J.K.
It's
Rowling
based on a
has?
textbook inside of Harry Potter.
There's got to be a
They have the
novelization coming out
Fantastic
at some
Beasts.
point. But
They have Fantastic Beasts
Or, I mean, they're
alone. They have the book.
They do?
it is
Yeah.
a prior. That's what I'm getting. Is this a
Shenanigans.
Call it shenanigans
You
on
want me to
that.
put it up,
He
sir?
took himself right off camera. I heard him clicking. I thought he was going to put himself back on. So this new movie has, other than being a book inside of the other Harry Potter films, none of the characters from the Harry Potter movies are in this new movie.
No, it's
Okay, so it's all completely new characters.
it's all brand new characters.
Right.
When it's set, like I said, it's in 1940s, so they don't even know who Harry
Oh,
Potter or Voldemort or any of that is.
I got you. I'm more excited for this movie just based off the trailer because of the art style for it, the noir. What are you doing?
Me?
What does that say?
Oh, it's a ticker.
Web TV Live, man.
Oh. I thought he was calling me a bitch or
I am a
something.
nerd. I could write that in there.
I thought he was making fun of me. Anyways, I'm excited for this trailer. I was not excited for Harry Potter at all. I wasn't into it. I mean, for one, to me, wizards use staffs, and I guess in Harry Potter's world, their warlocks use the staffs.
Warlocks
and
use
wizards
staffs.
use wands. And right away, I was like, no, Gandalf. Can you imagine Gandalf with a wand fighting the Balrog? I can't.
That'd have been hilarious.
Gandalf is pretty
It would have
badass,
been funny.
so him with the wand is still pretty badass.
You know, something that we
you can't
haven't
really dumb
seen.
down Gandalf at all.
Have they ever done a like a hero battles Gandalf versus Dumbledore?
5 minutes.
That would be funny. But I did see the Dumbledore, or not Dumbledore, but Hodor versus Groot, and that's absolutely amazing.
I would hope
It's
Groot,
so
Groot
funny.
obviously won.
It's so funny. It's all done in subtitles.
Oh, okay.
They're basically like, I am Groot, I am Groot, I am Groot. And then Hodor, same thing.
Oh, you showed me that the other day.
Oh my God, it's so funny. If you haven't seen that, go to YouTube and just Google it. Those guys are amazing. They're awesome.
So I found the book.
What else do you know?
Yeah, there's a book.
Okay.
It's a book, but it's not a storybook. It's a textbook.
Oh, so they actually released the actual textbook.
Yeah. The actual textbook.
Well, I would imagine
Yeah.
they built the world over in Universal. Is it?
They don't have Fantastic Beasts, or they don't mention anything in the actual world. All that stuff at Universal is solely Harry Potter. What people don't realize is there's think of Harry Potter, the universe, kind of like the Star Wars universe. It's massive. There's just all kinds of stuff going on. We were just focused on the Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, we were in and out of there pretty quick. I mean, we spent maybe an hour at the most, right,
I
James?
could have spent all day there.
Yeah, you could have. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
we could have
had
not-
To, we had
we
to
could
talk
have-
them out of.
I sometimes wish I lived there.
We could have. We could have.
You don't want to.
Forget about the zombies and all the
all the
horrors.
cool stuff.
We could have stayed right there the whole night.
By the way, man, that was
didn't say
awesome.
zombies weren't
we had
cool.
so much fun. Huh?
I didn't say zombies weren't cool.
We did.
I didn't say they weren't though.
Oh no, we didn't say that.
Wait till
anyway.
wait till Walking Dead starts back up.
Yes, we will
February
be talking
14th.
about Walking Dead quite a bit.
I cannot wait.
Yeah. Walking Dead is a great show. It got stale for me in around the third season, but it started off great, and then I hear it picked up. But we're 3 minutes towards the end of the show. James, did you mute yourself when you said that, or are you playing with my brain again?
Stupid phones ringing.
Whatever. We're a business, so you're gonna hear some funny stuff every once in a while. I want to know more about this new movie. What is? I'm sorry.
We sometimes think we're a business. I think it's more like a playground. We have fun.
He's not wrong there, you know.
We talking about Fantastic Beasts?
Yes, Fantastic Beasts.
It's supposed to be a trilogy.
It's okay. So this is the start of a new trilogy.
Yes.
Well, automatically, it feels like a Harry Potter film. It looks like a Harry Potter film, but it's different at the same time.
Well, this is one thing I will guarantee you. If you think anything Harry Potter, it won't be in there.
Squirrel.
I am a squirrel. Like I see shiny and I lose track.
Yeah, it's like oh nuts.
Yeah. It's been distracting me the whole time.
I'll take it away. Sorry, man.
I can't even form a sentence because you're doing that.
But Newt Scamander is the guy who's going to be our main character.
Is that like the main villain, or
no?
Is that,
He's the guy who handles all the beasts. He knows
He's the guy that wrote the textbook.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
And he's the one who basically has to deal, because what happens is the box is a magical way of sealing all these beasts up because he goes around.
It's larger on the inside.
Why do I get the feeling that I'm going to be watching a really good ripoff of 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo?
Really? Of 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo?
All the ghosts go into the box.
Like Scoob, we're totally ripping off.
I don't like it. What am I going to do?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
I think so. I mean, that's exactly what I thought when I saw the trailer. I was waiting for you guys to give me the opportunity to say that, but he had shiny, and that was distracting me.
I don't know. If they decided to try and make another Scooby-Doo live action.
Yes.
Josh, hey.
What?
1 minute.
Oh
my God.
This guy.
Can you direct next week? Because we need him out here.
1 minute.
You've given him too much power. I know. He is exactly. You were. If we were a movie, you'd be the supervillain.
Most likely.
And I'd be Ortec the Batman. This is Darth Taylor. This is John Gaston, Boss Tech. Watch us on YouTube. Watch us live on WeBeamTV.com. Where else are we? Twitch?
Twitch.
You can check us out on Twitch. Like we said before, if you like the interviews, go to YouTube, watch the completed interviews. We also have other shows like The Arena, which is going to be live tomorrow at 7 o'clock on WeBeamTV.com, our Twitch channel, and later on YouTube. We will also have other shows like Ortec Plays, which is my personal show where me and the boys sit down and we play tabletop games that we're really into. We hope you guys enjoyed the show today. We had a lot of fun doing it. We love debating this stuff. We also want you involved. So if you guys want to be involved, do me a huge favor. We got to change my lower third. It sucks. I did it in 10 minutes. Go to YouTube, comment, go to our Facebook page, Max Play Live on Facebook, comment. Go ahead and, argue with us, make fun of us, do whatever. We just want fan interaction. We think
Tell
it's
us what
great.
you want to hear. If we're not talking about something you want to talk about, we're
nerds. That too.
We're going to do more than just movies.
Man, I'm really excited because you had me on a Linda Carter kick, which got me into the 70s versions of Marvel Comics, like the bad Spider-Man, the crap.
There you go.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I think that's a good end.
Yeah,
wouldn't you think?
We're going to talk about
that. On
at
that
some
note,
point.
Thank you. Tomorrow. Oh,
we'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow, different time, 5 o'clock.
Yes, 5 o'clock tomorrow, not 6:30, because we run the show The Arena. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.
Ha 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 ha.